Hello students, I'm Dr. Himanshu Kanpal, Assistant Professor English, Government MS College for Women, Bikaner. Today I'm going to discuss who were the Pre-Raphaelites and the Pre-Raphaelite movement, as well as the essential characteristics of the Pre-Raphaelite poetry. The Pre-Raphaelite movement began with the establishment in 1848. It was during mid-19th century of the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood by Dante Gabriel Rossetti, Holman Hunt, John Everett Millier, and others as a protest against the prevailing conventional methods of painting. The Pre-Raphaelites wished to regain the spirit of simple devotion and adherence to nature that they found in the Italian religious art before Raphael. Ruskin, associated with the movement, asserted that Pre-Raphaelitism had but one principle, that of absolute uncompromising truth in all that it did, truth attained by elaborating everything down to the most minute detail from nature and from nature only. So, who were the Pre-Raphaelites? They were a society of young artists disenchanted with the academic approach to painting which was being taught at that time by the Royal Academy of Arts in London. Instead, they wanted to modernize art and founding the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood in 1848. It is one of the most significant artistic grouping of the 19th century, advocated a return to the simplicity and sincerity of subject and style founded in an earlier age. The poets who had some connection with these artists and whose works presumably shares the characteristics of their arts include D.G. Rossetti, Christina Rossetti, George Meredith, William Morris, and Algernon Charles Swinburne. So, a question here arises then, why they are called the Pre-Raphaelites? They called themselves the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood, PRB, a name that reflected their preference for late medieval and early Renaissance art that came before Raphael. The Middle Ages, the medieval period of European history between fall of the Roman Empire in 5th century CE and the beginning of Renaissance almost around 14th century. They were opposed to the Royal Academy's promotion of Raphael, rejecting the Renaissance master's emphasis on classical poses, elegant compositions, and his mannered approach. Instead of idealizing figures, what they did, they painted them with unprecedented realism, using bright colors and taking inspiration from literary stories, myth, and portraying pressing social issues of the day. They are influenced by art critic John Ruskin, who advocated a return to depicting nature. They revolutionized landscape painting. So, the salient features of the Pre-Raphaelite poetry are break with the Victorian poetic tradition, interest in the supernatural and the medieval, a tendency to metrical experimentation, attention to minute detail, a liking for symbolism and sensuousness, importance to pictorial elements, excessive recourse to colorful decoration, etc. To escape from the darkness and ugliness of contemporary society, they turned their eyes to the good old days of medievalism. So, these young artists enjoyed attention and sought controversy with their creations. Moreover, members of the group believed that Britain's Industrial Revolution had led to many social and political ills and were determined to depict these modern realities in their works, from poverty and immigration to prostitution, and challenge Victorian moralism. So, Rossetti poems The Blessed Damozel and Sister Helen are medieval in outlook and form. Pictorial paintings formed one of the special charms of the Pre-Raphaelite poetry, and Rossetti's poems are rich in pictorial suggestiveness. Few of the lines from the poem The Blessed Damozel by Rossetti. The blessed damozel leaned out from the gold bar of heaven. Her eyes were deeper than the depth of waters stilled at even. She had 3 lilies in her hand, and the stars in her hair were 7. So, Dante Gabriel Rossetti might have found a place among the very highest among the group, for he had real genius, and in the Blessed Damozel, his gifts are fully displayed. We can say a gift for description of almost uncanny splendor, a brooding and passionate introspection, often of a religious nature, and a verbal beauty as studied and melodious as that of Tennyson, less certain and decisive perhaps, but surpassing that of the poet in unearthly suggestiveness. William Morris, in the defense of Guinevere, the life and death of Jason, Earthly Paradise, reveal his love for the Middle Ages. In his poems, Morris creates for his readers a world of enchantment and beauty where everything is suffused in the light of witchery and romanticism. Swinburne gave a touch of sensuousness to poetry, and the poems included in Poems and Ballads were colored by sensuous thought and expressions. The Pre-Raphaelite poetry is rich in melody. The free flow of the swift moving lines is remarkable in Swinburne. Pre-Raphaelitism in poetry had major influence upon the writers of the decadence. Again, it was an important moment of the 19th century, as well as upon G.M. Hopkins and W.B. Yeats, both of whom were also influenced by Ruskin and visual pre-Raphaelitism. They were also strongly influenced by literature responding to the avant-garde romantic poetry by contemporaries including Byron, Keats, Shelley, and Tennyson. The Pre-Raphaelites were above all artists. Art was their religion, says Lewis. They were the votaries of art for art's sake. They had no aim save to burn incense at the altar of art and worship art for its own glory. They had no morality to preach and no reforms to introduce through the medium of their poetry. Love of beauty was their creed, and if in glorifying beauty they had to be sensuous, they feared not the charges of the moralist and orthodox Puritans. They aimed both in poetry and painting at perfect form and finish, a strong conception of scene and situation, precise delineation, lavish imagery, and wealth of detail are their distinguishing characteristics. So, I would like to hear some of the characteristics of the Pre-Raphaelite poetry. Firstly, like the Romantics, the Pre-Raphaelites were inspired by the Middle Ages, by their romance, chivalry, superstition, and strange combination of the material and mystical. Secondly, the Pre-Raphaelites were above all artists. Art was their religion. They were for the most part as free from any moral or didactic purpose as Keats, who came closest to them among the Romantics. In poetry, as in painting, they aimed at perfect form and finish. Thirdly, as was natural in the work of writers who often were also painters, Pre-Raphaelite poetry was strongly pictorial, rendering in minute details was seen. They exercised this faculty for observation almost involuntarily. Rossetti, for instance, tells he sat in the grass bowed with sorrow. Finally, Pre-Raphaelite poetry is particularly rich in melody. They sought it deliberately, of course, and sometimes to the loss of any precise meaning. This is all about the Pre-Raphaelite poets and the Pre-Raphaelite movement. Thank you.